Oh, that's killer. All right, guys, thanks for having me here. We're here at 2020 NAMM with Ade from Orange Amps and Morgan Nicholls from Muse. And I have a few questions for you guys. I know one of the new products you're releasing this year is the Bass Butler. And it's super cool. I love the bi-amping. Can you tell me a little bit about what problems you were trying to solve that kind of led you to develop that, and what the development process was like for this?
It started in the pub.
It started
as all things do.
a drinking establishment on Santa Monica Boulevard called the Surly Goat. I was flying to do an album with a mate who'd flown me out to play guitar on an album down in Long Beach, and he was just about to travel to Miami to do some corporate shows on it. And we had a quick quaffed of a few drinkies and ended up with that. You know, it was like, I've got some ideas for the compressor, and it was like, okay, well, so I'll actually, let's just try and make your rig in a box. You know, you know, and that's what it ended up. And I thought, let's see if I can do that. And it took a while, but we ended up with the Bass Butler. So you've got a bottom end channel that's pretty clean. You've got optical compression on there, but you've got the blendable top end channel, which is a guitar channel. You know, it's a full-on guitar channel. The feeds you're getting the XLR feeds with the cab sim, so the bottom end channel has a bass amp cab sim, the guitar channel has a guitar cab sim.
That's cool. I mean, a lot of my, favorite basses would use bi-amping, right? Whether it's like, Chris Squire, certainly, famously, Doug Pinnick, like a lot of those like huge
John
awesome bass
Entwistle
tuners, John Entwistle,
he was probably the first, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
But yeah, so the idea is that, you can turn up, you can actually do a gig for the PA if you and get yourself a pretty crazy sound.
That's cool.
And you've got the expression pedal as well, which brings the gain in early on. It controls the gain early on in the circuit of the guitar channel, and the stomp mutes the guitar channel.
So
Keeps the bottom.
that's what I would have think. That's how we use it with the rig. Design. So normally the expression would just be a volume pedal bringing in 51 Marshall head, basically.
Okay.
That's the idea. That's how I use it. And so this is just replicating the same concept, really. And so you can have as much gain from you can control how much gain you've got going into the guitar head, essentially.
Well, can you demo using the expression pedal with it?
So this is just with no top end. So it's just a bit of compression, just mainly bottom end really. There's a little bit, you can dial in a bit more top if you want, a bit more for bass. So, and then now with the expression pedal, we bring in a little bit more. Or you can go full on.
How much gear, like the weight of the rig that is replacing. It's just been, like I'm literally, like you can't see it on camera here, but I'm like smiling ear to ear at that.
It's replacing a 1,000 watt power amp, 2 4x10s, a 2x12 guitar cam, and a 50 watt head.
That's awesome.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, that's killer. Was there any special work you had to do to set like a crossover? Because like the top end, it sounds like the top end is going more through the distortion than the bottom.
It's actually quite adjustable because the way it works on the bottom channel is if the volume's the higher you get the volume, the flatter the response.
Okay.
Whereas when you attenuate that volume, it's always deliberately rolling off a little bit of top end, which stops it phase cancelling anything in the guitar channel. So it kind of just works,
Yeah.
you know. And it'll work in or out of phase if you can flip it and see what you like best on the desk when you get your 2 feeds. You know. So really, you could use it as a guitar preamp if you turn the bottom end down. If you just turn that volume all the way off, just you could use it as a guitar preamp.
That's cool.
It will work. You know.
And is the thing about, so I know that you also just released the little bass thing, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things about that amp is the compression.
Yeah,
on
what
it.
we're doing is we're hearing that in the room into the effects return, the little bass thing,
Okay.
into a 410. So that's our room monitor. So you're getting a blended feed with no cab sync going to that.
Okay.
And then you're getting cab sync feeds into your
Into my thing.
recording with.
And is it the same compression in both?
It's similar. It's optical. Using Roche compliant X5 opto couplers. It's a similar. It's slightly faster. The compression. The attack is slightly faster.
In the Butler or in
On the little bass
on the little bass thing? Okay.
For the clean, kind of funky sort of thing, which is really what that's aimed at more. So you've got the output stage from the terabytes in there, but the front end solid state, you've got the optical compression, you've got the sweepable mid, 3-band EQ with sweepable mid, so you can select the frequency, boost or cut, you know, 9 dB or whatever. And then you can foot switch the compressor in or out, so you can use it to boost.
That's cool.
And you've got buffed effects loop and a balanced out.
Morgan, I imagine this kind of frees you up from a travel standpoint to like, or gives you a certain level of confidence that you're going to be able to get your sound.
Well, yeah. But from a studio perspective, like even more so because of the capstans on the XLR. It's just a complete problem solver. You wouldn't bother taking an out to a session with this like you just plug it straight into the desk and that's it. Into the logical process. And that's what I've been doing for the last few months since we've had the prototype. I haven't bothered marking up my rig at all. It's right next to me. You know, it's like it's exactly the same. If not better in a lot of ways because there is no, it's just direct in and it just sits in the mix perfectly. You know, because you've got the two, the bottom and the top separate, straight away. It's it's ideal.
That's amazing. Well, listen, thank you guys so much for your time. I hope you have a great show. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, nice.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Cheers.